We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Murray off play action. On the move to his left. And incomplete to open things up.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Play fake. Murray. Rolling to his right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Murray now to throw. With the Jets pressure, 2 notches, down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Alec Pierce, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead at 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Murray. Setting up the screen for Cook. He juked him. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
The Jets at 4-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take it.
The ball comes out, and this one will kick out of bounds, so they'll hold on to it inside the 10-yard line.
We'll fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
They'll try to middle with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Murray fighting, lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this...
He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down. And it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Murray. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It'll be Murray on the keeper.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the...
And this throw will be intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. To throw, it's Murray. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going quickly out wide to Moore. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. On play action, it's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first.
This is caught inside the 15.
And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Murray now on first down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Done a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off.
And this is caught at the 20. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills have come back to regain the lead.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected path.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. More, the man in motion. On second down, Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no...
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 27 all. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First down, Murray. Buying time to his left, and that's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
To throw again on second down. Murray. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Open man left side, it's the tight end, DeGuara. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Murray now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox from 19 yards away.
And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Left side, he finds Pierce.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the 27, Murray. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
They'll give to Cook on the read option.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
And that's complete to Davis.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back to the ground, Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Murray. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara.
Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
68 yards on the ground for him so far. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner, turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Back to throw, Murray. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Bills are going to win the football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Moore, the man in motion. Back to throw it, Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Murray to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception, and we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Buffalo, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now. It's 7-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.